Super duper evening, folks. Welcome to the Hall of Fame Spotlight. Sid's here, speaking to you from my beautiful home office here in Chennai. And this is a very exclusive session where I'm going to be spotlighting some of the success stories in our community. And if you are eager to learn and get inspired by some of our achievers in this community, just type ETL, eager to learn. Type ETL in the chat box. I want to welcome all the members over here. We have people from all over who have actually joined in. We have people from within our iLedge community. We have people from outside the community. And this is going to be a feature that I'm going to be doing more often, because previously I used to be doing Hall of Fame interviews on a one-to-one basis. And then I realized that I became the bottleneck. There are so many people waiting now for me to do one-to-ones. And rather than doing one-to-one, I thought, let me do it as a one-shot, one-to-many. Today, we have selected 5 to 6 stories of transformation. And I'm going to be sharing with all of you on how this is going to, what's the template and the format of this, and how each of our members are going to come and share their stories and how they should share it also, okay? So yeah, we are going live all over the place. If you're tuning in on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, or YouTube, wherever you are, just hit that like button, because we are streaming live and you may be watching this recording later. So if you're watching a recording, make sure you watch this till the end and do not miss out, because even one idea from this session is going to change the trajectory of your life and business, okay? So for those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Siddharth Rajshekhar. I run one of the largest communities for trainers and coaches in the world. We are over 20,000 paid members, and we have created more than 70 success stories of people who have made multiple crores in this particular business model following my system. And the best part is, with so many success stories coming in, the Hall of Fame, what we're going to be, experiencing today, is the stage before hitting that 1 crore milestone. As of today, we have documented over 180 Hall of Fame milestones of members who have crossed 3 lakh rupees in revenue. So the criteria for me to be selecting these people who are going to speak today is that they have crossed 3 lakh rupees in revenue sales following my system. 2 is they have followed the Freedom Business Model system, and they've applied whatever the learnings I have shared with them. And of course, they've taken ideas also from different places, but the main thing is they have integrated and got the value from this community. And the third part is they have been a part of the iLedge community, the Internet Lifestyle Hub community, and they are growing. So we have more than, I think at this point, more than 30-40 people in the pipeline, and we are going to be finishing all of that one by one by doing 6 by 6 by 6. Today I've picked 6 stories, and let's see how it flows and how it goes. So every Monday I plan to do this, unless I'm traveling or anything else. So are all of you ready for this session? Type ready in the chat box. All of you ready? Okay, so I'm just going to check and see if the first person for today is there. Okay, I'm going to search for his name. Yes. So the first person I'm going to be putting on the spotlight is Akshay. Before I bring on Akshay, I'm going to give all of you Hall of Fame members a template to follow. Okay. Now you'll be having a maximum of 10 minutes of interaction with me. So once we start off now, it's around 8:04 p.m. So we'll probably go until 8:15, maximum 8:20 p.m. So 10 minutes each. And then what we will do after that is I'm going to spotlight all of our Hall of Fame members, and we will do a Q&A session. Okay, meaning all of you in the audience, those of you who are watching on Zoom, mainly we'll be looking at those questions, not the ones that are outside. And the questions that are coming in, I will facilitate the Q&A. And you can ask the question to each of these Hall of Fame members who have crossed their milestone to get to know more about them. Okay, see, one thing is, yes, I'm getting results, I'm sharing what works for me, but it's even more inspiring when you get to hear from somebody who's just started or been in the game for some time, who went through different struggles and have crossed that first milestone. So it's going to be much more relatable for many of you here who are brand new in this game. Okay. So I just want to find out how many of you here are not yet a part of the Internet Lifestyle Hub community. Just type NY. NY is if you're not yet part of Internet Lifestyle Hub, the paid membership community. Type NY in the chat box just to check how many of you are brand new. Okay. So another thing what I'll be doing is towards the end, I'll be giving an opportunity for some of you to join and be a part of the community if you resonate with what you're actually hearing. So stay till the end. Okay. So the first person I'm going to be bringing on in the Hall of Fame spotlight is Akshay Jalan. So Akshay Jalan has made over 5.5 lakhs in this knowledge business in less than 12 months. And he is one of our diamond members in our community. So let me spotlight Akshay Jalan and add him to the spotlight. So I would like all of you to type congrats Akshay in the chat box. And I'm going to allow Akshay to turn on his audio and video. And I want to officially welcome Akshay to the Hall of Fame Spotlight. Akshay, great to see you.
Hi, Siddharth.
Good to see
thank
you're
you.
wearing black and black. Amazing. So awesome, Akshay. First of all, congrats. Crossing this 5 lakh mark is definitely an achievement. And I've said this, even before, like going from 0 to, the first 3, 4, 5 lakhs is the hardest. So I would like to ask you, like, what has been your journey and what is your topic and niche? And tell us more about, before I ask you the detailed questions on how you did it, tell us a bit about your background and how you came into ILH. Yeah.
Yes. So I work at IIT Bombay as a project manager for a decade. And I faced a lot of ups and downs in my career journey when I started. I did engineering and went in the conventional mode. I was quite confused when I was in class 10th and 12th about what I should do about my career. And I completely agree and resonate with you that our education system and the employment system is not connected so much. There's a disconnect. And because of which the students get very confused about their career choice. And so was I in the initial years. I joined into software, but I felt that that is not something I wanted to do. I didn't have a way out. Then with mentoring and guidance and God's blessings, I got this opportunity to work at IIT Bombay. I resonated with the students. I interacted a lot with the professors. It was a great learning for me. And the students used to come to me for guidance on their personal and professional life.
Okay.
So I felt that why not take it to the next level? I did my certification in career guidance. And then I also came to know about you from some of my friends about how you're teaching to digitize knowledge into a coaching business. I was not aware what is it all about, but I took the leap of faith, attended your webinars a few times. And then I joined ILH in the month of March 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was not initially very active. I was busy learning more about my niche in terms of career guidance. And then when I joined the Diamond membership, I got the actual leap and connectivity with the community. And then since then, I have been working on my courses and doing a lot of one-to-ones with my audience. And I basically have taken this mission forward that I will help all the students to explore, discover, and grow in their career journey. So that the challenge which I faced initially in my career, no student has to face, and they can understand that what is their path right from an early age. And also, my aim is student champions and empowered parents. So I basically call my hub as Career Vision Hub and my self as a career visionary coach, helping the students to have visualize their career journey.
Fantastic. And do you cater to any specific segment of students?
Yeah, so basically I cater to school students and high school students and college students both.
Okay, got it.
From class 9 onwards till class 12 as a school, and then after that college students. To helping them stream their subject, their specialization, their board, their course, college, all those different aspects, while understanding their own inner self. Like generally people focus more on scope and what is the scope in this career, or people think that science is the only best career option, engineering or medicine is the only thing. But we need to get into and understand our inner calling. What is our inner calling? And accordingly, if we choose our career, then we can definitely be successful in that. So I basically empower the students and the parents to understand this science and go ahead. And the tools which I'm using are psychometry and astrology and counseling.
Wow, interesting. Psychometry and astrology to help students find their calling to grow in their career. Amazing, amazing. And did this whole process of my niche clarity blueprints, all that, did that help you in narrowing down to what you're doing right now, or you were always doing this even before?
I started with this idea of guiding students. I was a little confused when I started whether it should be students or working professionals. I've guided both of them, but then I felt that we should be, as mentioned in the niche clarity blueprint, it helped to have a proper target market. So I'm focusing, my major target audience is school students primarily, and I also help college students only, but I'm not going beyond that currently. That is my focus. And my courses basically cater to help the students understand about not only about choosing the career, but also about like how they can grow in that career. especially with the mindset, because
Yes.
I learned from the courses, that the Niche Clarity Blueprint and the curriculum design, which was there, that mindset is very, very important for a student. Generally, we directly want to jump to career. Like parents would come, or the counselors also will tell how to do engineering, how to do that. But the most important thing is the why factor, why I want to do something. So I learned
Awesome.
those things when I was in ILH, the why question.
Fantastic. Great. And so now coming to like, what do you think are the top 3 biggest game-changing ideas you learned after coming to ILH that has impacted in your revenues? What are the top 3 things? There could be many, but what are your top 3?
So the most important thing that I learned is congruence, that we should be congruent with our niche and we should be authentic. So I believe that every student is a unique individual, and we need to accordingly understand their mindset and accordingly give them a proper guidance. I also learned about the skills, like one is the mindset part, and also as a coach, I need to have a proper habits myself, have a proper framework of habits, mindset, and culture myself, so that I can imbibe the same in my students. So I personally benefited a lot from this community, learned this thing myself, and I'm imbibing the same thing to my community also, in terms of writing the goals, the gratitude, the principles that are there. That is very, very important. That don't be cheap on your journey to greatness. That is one thing which I say about mindset. And the second thing is the skills, like understanding the 5C coaching model. It really helped me to understand how I can impact more students by not just doing one-to-ones, but targeting students who could come together as a group and guide them also. So currently,
so tell us, there are many people here who don't know what is 5C coaching model. Tell them about this, on how you have structured your program.
Yes. So I started basically with a one-to-one model program. I still do a lot of one-to-ones, in the sense I offer psychometry and astrology as a test initially. They take a psychometric test. I do an astrological consultation for them, prepare their reports, and then they come for a one-to-one counseling with me. So when they do the one-to-one counseling with me, I give them a website. My website has 500 careers, and I shortlist 20 careers for them and ask them to explore those careers. And once they explore those careers, then they prepare a career exploration report, and then they come for a second session. So this is the one way of which I'm working. And now, like this is a consulting model which I'm doing. Now I'm bringing it to a 5C model, which has 5 elements. First important element is courses. Like I have now designed courses which will help the student to, on his own, understand a lot of things about how to choose a career, how not to choose a career, what are the different factors involved, what are the tools that he can use, what are the traps and pitfalls, what are the latest trends that are there, what is the mindset that is required, what is the skill set that is required. So all those is put in the courses. Then there is a coaching. Every week I come live and I give a coaching where all the students come together and interact with me in a group setting. And I answer their questions. I set the code of honor. I give them the motivation so that they can go forward in their career journey. Then the next C comes is community. All the students are clubbed into a WhatsApp group where they can also interact with each other. And also the parents are a part of this WhatsApp group, so that whatever challenges they are going through, if required, they can also interact with each other, and there is community support as well. So this is the third C. And then is consulting, where I give them one-to-one consulting as well, and coaching, community. And then I'm also working on now building up a challenge where I can give them a weekly challenge by which they can become more near to the career journey. Like I help them to understand about the strengths, SWOT analysis, vision board, design a vision for themselves, and understand step by step, understand the strengths and weaknesses, explore more about the careers, so that they can become more closer to their dream career journey.
Amazing. So you moved just from doing one-to-ones to adding other elements. There's community, there's a challenge, there's certification, and all the other C's. Yeah. So how has it been now, since now you're going from a one-to-one model to a community-based model? Like how does it feel? Like what's the different feeling that you're experiencing right now in dealing with your students?
Yeah, so I'm feeling that the students also are getting support from each other. Rather than initially they were getting support only from me, now they're getting support also from each other. And when I started, one more thing is that I started only with career guidance, helping the student to choose a career. But now my course also is about mindset. Like I teach them how to have a better attitude, motivation, mind power, better confidence, and also I teach them skill sets in terms of memory power and time management, device de-addiction. So I learned all these things, with ILH in the community, and the same thing is happening, that the students are interacting with each other and also learning from each other also, apart from whatever I'm teaching them. So I'm still building this journey. It's still in the building phase. But I'm sure with the guidance that I'm getting from you, Siddharth, and from the community here, and also with the support of my community and students, I think it can go a great way.
Fantastic, Akshay. Yeah, the last question I want to ask you is more in terms of your conversion process. You spoke about your background. That was amazing to know how you're uniquely positioning yourself, even in the career space, using these different tools of astrology and psychometric analysis to help. So that's a very unique thing I could see in yours. And you also shared about your top 3 takeaways after coming to ILH and what it has helped you, and how you have transitioned just from a one-to-one model to a community-based model, which is giving you more leverage and impact. Now you please explain to all the new members over here, what struggles did you face in the initial part, and what was a tipping point for you to start making consistent income in this, like in the terms of conversion process? Tell us about that.
Yeah. So the conversion process, basically what helped me is the webinar selling formula, which I learned in the courses, where we could, in one-to-many, we could have more students come, we get the opportunity to learn, as well as understand the value of what we are offering, and then come to our one-to-one sessions. Like in the webinars, I've been offering one-to-one consulting, and especially the diamond calls, the one-to-one sessions or the hot seats that we had in the diamond calls with you. So you gave me a lot of important inputs, which helped me to refine my positioning, as well as have a pricing which the students could connect to, and which could help me also grow. So that was this diamond calls were actually, I would say, as a tipping point where I could learn a lot about from all the different calls, as well as the one-to-one calls that I had with you specially. So they helped me to grow to the next level.
Got it. So it's just straightforward. You run ads into a free webinar. People come to the webinar. In the webinar, initially you used to offer one-to-one in the webinar itself, right?
Yeah. I'm still offering the one-to-one because I'm still building the community and the courses. Yeah.
And building the community. Fantastic. So you're using the webinar selling formula to get people into the one-to-one session, and then the one-to-one session you close. Okay, fantastic. So that's the way that you build. So how big is the community right now?
So I have around 100 plus students right now.
Fantastic. Great. Great. And how much duration did you put together this group of 100?
So I would say it's almost 1 year, and right now, the income that I've generated is, I've applied, it was 5.5 lakhs, but now it is around almost 7.
Wow. Awesome. Good that we delayed this interview. Okay. So it's around 7 lakhs. So all of you just type congrats in the chat box for Akshay's efforts of building this and launching it in this format. And what one tip would you like to give to all the new people here? There are many of them who are not a part of ILH also watching this. So what would you like to tell them, especially if they have an interest in the same topic as yours, say career coaching, or they want to help students and stuff? Like any tip you want to share with them?
Yeah, so I would like to share that if you want to be a digital coach, especially in career or in any niche, I have interacted with members of different niches. ILH is the place to be because it gives you not only understanding about your niche refinement, curriculum design, and other tools, but the vibrant community that is there, the vibrant coach Siddharth that is there, which helps basically to connect and give you that impetus and momentum, so that you can continue on this journey, even though there are so many challenges that keep happening in your life. There are sometimes a lot of challenges in terms of family or your current job or other things which may deter you. But the community, if you keep attending the calls, I keep going to Siddharth's calls. Like once in a while, if I miss, I keep going back to the calls, the diamond calls or the inner circle calls or the hackathon, and it keeps me on track. So I would definitely invite everyone to join. And the diamond membership is really diamond. It's really worth it. And I agree that I was a little skeptical when I joined, but then after joining, I felt that it was the right decision that I made. One of the best investments I made in my life, from a business perspective.
Thank you
very much, Siddharth. I'm really
Thank
grateful.
You so much. Really appreciate you. And I'll share one secret with you. You say you come back to my calls to get the recharge. for me, the secret is the doing those calls is a recharge for me. So I need it also more than you. Okay, so more power to you. All of you just type MPTY. More power to you, Akshay. And Akshay, just stick around. We'll have Q&A session towards the end, and we will. Others can answer questions. Others who are asking questions, you can answer those questions later. Okay, so I'm just change your role to attendee, and all of you, if you have questions pertaining to whatever you're learning right now, just make note of those questions. We'll finish up all the people who are in the spotlight, and then towards the end, we'll do a detailed Q&A. Okay. Now, those of you who are still not a part of the community, I'm going to give all of you an opportunity. If you'd like to be a part of the community, you can go to sids.co/member, and you can become a member of Internet Lifestyle Lab. We have a special offer for those of you who are watching right now. You may be watching this on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn or whichever place. If you feel free to jump in, is just get in at 5999. We have a silver membership offer going on right now, and you can get started. Okay. So next, I want to bring on our next person is Harshad. So Harshad Bhagavat, he's also in the career growth space, but he is helping mid-career professionals. Okay, in the job search, and he's achieved over 3 lakh rupees in this business. And let's spotlight Harshad. All of you just type congrats Harshad in the chat box. So Harshad Bhagavat, I'm going to make him a panelist, and let's hear from him. So Harshad is in the spotlight. Welcome to the Hall of Fame spotlight, Harshad. And first of all, congratulations on getting this milestone. And sorry for the delay from my side. I know you've been waiting for this interview for a long time, but yeah, it's amazing. Tell us what's your background, where are you from, what got you into the mid-career space, and a little bit about your backstory. Yeah.
Yes, Siddharth. So really waiting for a long time, but I really appreciate you doing this today. I heard that you're not well, so still you're on. And that is kind of an inspiration for all of us. So thank you so much. Siddharth, yes, it's been a long journey, but cut in short. This is my third career. Okay, I look young, but it's been 16 years of career. So first path, I was a scientist for 7 years. I have many research papers, patents. Entrepreneur bug bit me in 2014, left my job. I built an edtech company right from 2015. We raised external round of funding. We empowered many thousand students, professionals with soft skills. So that has been my story so far. 2019, we won many awards and all that, but during COVID, it hit us hard, the model in which we were working. And actually in 2021, I had to shut it down. Actually, I mean, at the height of my thing, I had to shut it down in 2021. And actually it was so difficult year, business wise, and in my family, a lot of, cases of COVID and hospitalization. And at the same time, I found you. Okay, so so late in 2021, I joined ILH. At that time, I had to leave that. I got many job offers from my mentors because ex-entrepreneur is always, in demand. But somehow you gave me that, or your model gave me that confidence that let me try one more time, telling my wife, let me try one more time this time. And I'm now on it. Yes, Siddharth. Every day I'm in it.
Amazing. Yeah. I mean, that's great to know that you've been through the corporate world, launched a startup again in the edtech space, and that has its own dynamics of ups and downs. And now you have come back over here. So tell us about what were the things that what were the things that impacted you the most, because you would have already had the knowledge because you've been in edtech and all, you've been doing stuff and observing patterns and trends and stuff. So but what impacted you the most after coming into ILH in the initial part of your journey?
Yes. Siddharth, actually, I've been following a startup space. I've got trained in the startup world and all that. I always join programs. So ILH is my second time I joined the community. Back in 2014, I started or joined startup leadership community. But I thought like edtech in a very different way. I think coming into ILH, a couple of things which really hit me hard is community aspect. So content is less important than really bringing them into a group And as you say, be a board, let them play a game. And that is something was totally different for me. And the first time I heard that in your webinar and in that first silver membership, I immediately knew that this is the path I was completely missing actually for 7 years, And I think in these new online space models, it has become easier and easier to do this always, right? I actually started my tech journey with 2G internet. Now we are like, we cannot even...
You were way too early in the game for that.
Yes. We used to send audio files to people on WhatsApp to teach them, like that kind of model even I've seen. Now it's very, very different. Second thing is the lifetime aspect, right? Really making them get the results. Doesn't matter how much time it takes. Doesn't matter how much effort they need. It is like on it. They have to get the results. How much time they take, it's up to them or up to the, other circumstances. So that has been a game changer for me, I guess, in this ILH model especially.
Superb. So one is the community model, one is the lifetime model. Yes, for me, I sell lifetime memberships. So you come inside, and I don't sell products. I know, and I'm sure you're modeling the same now. Don't sell products, don't sell programs. Invite them into the community. So
yes.
And what do you think is the third thing that hit you the most, like in terms of like what has helped you get results?
Yes. Yes, I actually I forgot. It's congruence, Siddharth. I can be myself really. I think in this model, whatever you are, whatever your background is. Just to give an example, as opposed to all career coaches and especially job search coaches, I'm not from HR or recruiting background. Okay. I come from an entrepreneurial background. And earlier I thought, why am I getting into this? And I can tell you why I got into this particular niche. But I thought, okay, am I losing? I mean, is this my weakness? But actually it is my strength. Okay. To give you an example, I don't teach my students like a typical HR would do, like a hiring process. I say, for me, it was obvious when I started this, that job search means you're selling your service to a company. So, you have to present yourself, you have to pitch yourself, you have to network into the world to get a best job. And it was obvious for me because I have been in business development selling my products actually.
Yes.
And that thing, when I tell senior professionals, it just blows their mind actually. They say, we never have thought about our employment like this. And then I say, then if you are an entrepreneur inside a corporate, you are layoff proof. I mean, you might get laid off, but you will always be in demand later.
Yes.
And this is something, congruent with your backstory, congruent with what that unique twist you can bring to this. And then, of course, resume building, how to pitch yourself on LinkedIn. Those are the content aspects. Those are there.
Correct.
But your unique style of delivery and unique style of looking at the same problem in a different way. I think this was another, third thing, which really I'm really trying to implement that.
Awesome. How many people do you have in your community now? How many students?
Yes. So when I applied for HOF, it was back in September. Now I have 150 paid members in my first level, and must have crossed 8 lakhs for sure in this model itself.
Amazing. And how does it feel now that you're waking up every morning to serve these 150 people? Like now what is the shift you're experiencing in yourself?
Just wanted to show you something, Siddharth. You make us do goal card, right? At the start. Yes. So I make my students make them goal card. But still, they don't follow through, right? That has been our challenge. Anyway, all of us face that, you are not committed to your own goals. So this start of this year, 12th Jan, because it's Vivekananda's birthday. I mean, Swami Vivekananda's birthday, and it's been my biggest inspiration. So I took that as a reboot session to my community. Okay, so reboot yourself for new year. And this is my vision board, by the way. So for this 2020.
Wow.
And amazing. I showed them my vision board, and we did our vision boarding exercise on screen, okay, in group. So I use a tool for visual brainstorming. And, so Siddharth, these things, like, as you say, I wake up to this. So I wake up to message my community in the morning. I generally send an affirmation in the morning. I write myself and I send it to them. Or in the evening, I ask them, what is that one thing you could do today? They are busy people. So any small thing you could do today, they send me back. So I really wake up for my community. Yes, that's the biggest shift, I guess.
Fantastic, Harshad. I'm super happy, the way that you're building, and going from 100 to 1,000 is going to happen very fast. You're just in that starting phase of the journey. What would you like to tell a lot of people who are here, who are not in ILH or maybe in ILH, but something is not moving, something is not struggling, something is not working for them, and they're struggling in that part? Like, did you go through that phase? How did you get out of that phase? Just explain and maybe give your perspective to this new.
Yes, Siddharth. So yes, there were many instances. The first blockage I had was that not coming from this background. So I had to learn a lot actually quickly.
Okay.
Some of them are I think in ILH and outside are like that they don't have that practical experience of for years in that niche.
Yes.
So, so actually I learned it from my students, literally. The way you say, do 50 one-on-ones for free, then do 50 one-on-ones in your paid students, like that. So I learned it from my students, actually, literally. Second thing is, I guess, convincing them in webinars, selling is always the difficult part. I think all of the members face the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was my journey or blockage for a long time. I seem to have solved it now, getting people every webinar. So I think you have to just be at it. I guess the cyclical
be
model
at it
you always
and be
say.
you. I think you're just being you. Be real. People connect with you. Yes.
You're so right, Siddharth. Actually, when I shared, earlier I would not share my failure story. Okay, I had to close my business. I would not share that. Since the day I had started sharing that, things have changed actually. So I can say that, look, I have also struggled in my career. I have bounced back. I say, actually, I surrendered to a mentor. I still swipe credit card. When I was out of job, I was not getting any salary from my own business, because I get many people who got laid off recently and all that. So, if I could do it, you can do it, that kind of thing. And then since that time, yes, being congruent with your story, people feel that, actually people get that. And the third aspect is community building. I think I have learned in communities only. This has been the most diverse and most happening community. I think I'm now made new friends, you can say, in last 1 year.
Within ILH, yeah.
Yes. And I think as you grow older, it becomes difficult to make new friends, right? I think that's where you need community.
Yeah, because you're also evolving, right? You're also evolving as a person. Maybe you don't connect with your college friends like how you used to before. And now you need this new circle of people who, you have the same wavelength, right? So I'm sure you're finding that over here.
Say the same to my community. So just last Sunday, first time I just pinged everyone that just come up for a meetup without me. You just connect with each other, introduce yourself. Okay. And they loved it, actually. So first time I tried this. So I'm taking your elements one by one, doing experiments. Many experiments are failing, but my students are helping me learn and get to the next stage.
Awesome, Harshad. Congrats to you once again. And yeah, waiting to see you, cross you. And of course, Akash was there before this. Akshay was there before this. Waiting to see you cross that 1 crore mark very soon. And by the way, both of you are going to be in the front row of our FBR. We're going to add you to our Hall of Fame group tonight. Okay, so my team will add you in after this interview. So I told my team, so let's do this, spotlight, and then we'll keep adding members into the main Hall of Fame group. So congrats once again. So stick around.
Thank you.
All of you just type MPTY Harshad. Stick around and we'll do a Q&A towards the end. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. And all of you here, if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, if you feel that somebody else who needs to watch this, just tag them below on Facebook or wherever you're watching this, on my fan page or on my personal profile. Just tag a name below and hit those like buttons and those emoticons, and to congratulate our achievers, in our community. Next, I want to bring on, we have Ravi Tej. So in case some of you are not a part of our community, I'm just going to give you all a link. If you go to this particular link, you can join the Internet Lifestyle Hub. I'll just quickly show you this. It's a special link that I've created for today, sids.co/member. And you can get started if you're watching this in other platforms, wherever you are. We have a special silver membership discount going on right now. So jump in on board. Next, I want to bring on Ravi Tej. Okay, Ravi Tej. Let me see if he's here. Yes, Ravi Tej is here. I'm going to add him as a panelist. All of you just type congrats, Ravi Tej. Super stuff. Ravi Tej, if you're there, you can turn on your audio, video, and good to see you. Yeah, you can unmute yourself. Congratulations and welcome to the Hall of Fame. This is a special moment. Love your setup. Looks great. Where are you from and what do you do?
Thank you, Siddharth. It is a dream come true today. I applied for this in November, but I today and super awesome. I'm grateful. I've been still recollecting what you thought in the morning in the Leadership Council and thinking about how I can take it to the next level. And today I got a call in the evening that we're going to have a Hall of Fame today. So I'm super excited. And answering your question, basically, I'm a mechanical engineer. Never thought I would become a coach any day. So I started my career into job in 2011. Worked in a couple of companies like TCS. I worked into Robert Bosch. And throughout this journey, I was seeing my lifestyle was changing. I became 96.3 kgs obese.
Wow.
And with that, there was a point where my relationship was rocky and I was seeing my confidence going low. And somewhere I was struggling in life and was becoming like just a survivor that I hated the most. And from there, I transformed myself with the help of the kind of step-by-step taking small steps. And within 10 months, I lost 20 kgs. And I saw that this change in losing 20 kgs has really made me a new person. And I saw that people around me started asking me that, hey, what did you do? How did you do this? And I said that this is a good thing which I can do to give back, not thinking about becoming a coach, but I started studying this as became a certified coach, personal trainer. And then my journey started. And one of my best friends just mentioned the word digital coaching to me. And that was in the peak of COVID. And I started searching digital coaching. I'm a fast implementer. Started coaching digital coaching and searching for that. And then I found you. In loop, I started seeing all of your Hall of Fame videos, and I envisioned to be in one. And this is happening today. So that is my story coming into ILH November.
Ravi Tej, which year did you lose that weight and that transformation? Which year did that happen? 2019?
It is in 2019, close to 2020 mid.
2020. So when you really went through that process, then COVID happened. That's when you found.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay,
that's where COVID happened, and that's where I found you, and I felt this was my calling. And in November 30th, 2021, I left my job and I became as a full-time coach. With your grace, things are going well.
Nice. That's great, Ravi. How many students do you have in your tribe now?
Currently, we have 80 members in our community.
Fantastic. Great. And again, the same question is, what do you think were the top 3 high impact concepts or learnings that you got after coming into Internal Lifestyle Hub compared to what you were doing before?
Yeah. So I learned systems thinking from you, Siddharth. Previously, I used to do into bits and pieces. Yeah. Okay, do this. Just like a headless chicken, just running around. But now I found out everything, what you do has a reason to a bigger vision, what we have. It is just finding that small piece to the puzzle and making it. That's where I learned system thinking from you, how to think in a way it is gonna help the students at the same time, make it very optimal for us as the trainers. It's gonna help. That's the first thing which I learned. And second thing is mindset shift, the strangest secret, the rituals every single day, the habits which we have in Polestar. That has been a game changer for me. Is every single day just ticking off those things makes me the day is sorted. And third one is community building, because I never thought as coaching can be something that fun as building a tribe and taking the tribe together with you. And it's so much fun. Every single day I look after what Harshad said before me. Is every single day I look for that. Wake up at 4:50 in the morning. I look for that. Okay, what can I do to make the journey much better, shorter, and we can reach to the goals much faster. Yeah.
Awesome, Ravi Tej. Tell us now, the health space. I know there are many health experts maybe watching this, and they may have a perception that, how much can you do online? That may be the question. So
Yeah.
how are you able to create a transformation in health online? Like what models do you use? What system do you use? Like what's your method of creating results for your students?
Okay, perfect. So where previously I used to just run through some Zoom, and I have been born into the online space itself. I never did offline coaching at all.
You
So
never
I
did offline coaching. Okay.
COVID, and that's where I started with online coaching. But previously I used to just do one-to-one coaching or something like that in Zoom. But with the community aspect and with your courses, with the coaching, with the challenge, with the certifications, the 5C model, which was explained before, I started implementing that. And then the community started utilizing that, because I don't have to teach the same thing again and again. It has to, and they cannot remember all of that once. And digital coaching helps them to go back to that, learn it, implement it, learn it, implement it. And challenges help them to take it, increase their overall progress and help them. And weekly sessions, inner circle calls, where I can answer the questions, all of that. So it's a combination hybrid model which I have, where I do group coaching. Along with that, there is courses, there is a community aspect, there is a certification aspect, and all of this is beautifully working well. And now last year was my experimental phase, where we built a good team, now good community. Now is where I need to scale it up. That's where I feel with the proof of concept, which is already there, people are getting results. Now we can scale it up still further. And the scaling can be as big as your aspiration is there to impact.
It's one to many, right? So you can cater to even that. So you're not doing that many one-to-ones, is it? It's mostly all group coaching, most of the
group coaching. Along with that, I have some existing customers who are not letting me go one-to-one coaching as of
personalized. They need some personalization.
Yes.
Okay, got it. And what is your methodology? You do a combination of what, exercise and nutrition, or you only focus on one of them? How does it work?
So I worked on strength training. So that is done exercise strength. I'm a certified strength training coach. Along with that is the quantified nutrition. So what is required for the goal? And my community is about shedding that excess fat. So I'm a fat loss coach. So that's the only focus for me, is helping that person lose that excess 5 kg, 10 kg, 15 kg. And I built only focused on that. Previously, I used to enroll people who are in different goals. But now, after understanding the overall concept of online coaching and your methodology, I stick to only fat loss. And that's where I'm mastering and giving the best to my students.
Superb. Yeah, that makes a huge difference, right? Like I always give the example of general practitioner of medicine versus neurosurgeon. It's a huge, even though you may have knowledge in many aspects of health, but you have narrowed it down to one area. And that's what you're known for, and that's what is helping you get results. Yeah, awesome. So great, Ravi Tej. Congratulations on this. Any words you want to share to the people who are watching, who are either brand new in ILH or not a part of the community, and if they're in the health space just like you, any tip that you want to give them that can cut short their learning curve? Yeah,
sure. If I was in their place, I would always look for a mentor who has implemented it, who has taken the results. So that's what I find in you, Siddharth, is you have built a humongous community, yet so humble. So that is something always we should look into a mentor. And you already helped like thousands of people get amazing results. And what if I was in their place, I was taking that support from all the community members, which is very accessible in ILH. And you should get started, because all of us have some inherent fears, some resistances, but we can only succeed when we can overcome that resistances, and you need to take that leap of faith. And that's what I would suggest to them.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ravi Tej. For me, it's an honor to get that message from you, but I'll pass it on to my mentors who helped me, So it's all a game of, like you said, if you find a mentor who you resonate with and just completely surrender to that process, that can cut short many hours and years. And that's what happened to me. For me, I had to just follow what my mentor told me, and that's what, helped change the game. So Great set of sharing. More power to you. Or if you just type MPTY, Ravi Tej. And if you're watching this on Facebook, YouTube, other places do that. So Ravi Tej, stick around and we'll do a Q&A.
One
yes.
last thing. Please,
thing. You want to share something else? Yeah, please.
Side is I'll be applying for Quantum. Please accept my request.
Sure, man. Sure. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you all for, yes. Let's now move on. We have 3 more to go. Okay. So we have finished 3 more. We have finished 3. We got 3 more to go. And I plan to pick 6. And then after this, we're going to have a Q&A. So in case you just came in or you're watching this right now, we still have easily another hour of inspiration and value that's going to come your way. So make sure that you're there and sticking around till the end. So next person I want to bring on is Sunil Chaudhary. So Sunil, let me just see if he's around. Yes, I'm going to make him into a panelist. Okay. So Sunil Chaudhary, with Sunil, he has achieved over 20 lakhs in this business, and he helps people create MSI, multiple streams of income. He's been a diamond member in our community for, again, close to 12 months. So Sunil, congratulations and welcome to the Hall of Fame. Again, long pending. I know you applied a long time back. So great to have you here.
Namaste, Sids. Thank you very much for having me here. You are my guru, you are my coach, and you have changed my life entirely. And I will start this session with my confession. I will accept my mistake that I have applied only maybe less than 10% of whatever you have taught me. And I have achieved more than 32 lakh rupees till now. If I would have implemented 50% of that, I would have made more than crores. So that's my confession. I'm a very lazy person, and because of my laziness, I could not implement each and everything. But I created the system you taught me, and now that system is keeping me on my toes. That system keeps me awake. They keep asking questions, they keep calling me, they keep sending emails. I have to address all of them. So this is the power of system. This is a simple thing.
How many people do you have in your community, Sunil, as of today?
So overall, my community has 12,400 members.
Nice.
And if I talk about the paid members, they are less than 200. But I keep inviting people.
People that you have trained is over 12,000. Okay. This started after coming to ILH, or you've been training even before that?
The online thing started after coming to ILH only. And I left my job from Bangalore. I was working with Fidelity Investments, one of the top companies in the world. I was working as a business analyst. That was a dream job for many. And I left that because I was not able to spend time with my family, with my parents, with my loved ones. I belong to Aligarh, North India, near Delhi.
Nice.
So that thing was giving me uncomfortableness that I was not able to spend more time with my family, with my mother. Then I lost my father. Then I lost my father-in-law. So that was the pain point for me. And I did not want to continue my job. I thought that I have so much knowledge that I can pursue anything in my city. So I wanted to have that freedom in 2014. So I left my job, started coaching people. I used to teach English and IELTS.
Okay, nice.
So I started
an offline institute?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So I wanted to promote that. I wanted to have more and more students. So I did not want to spend more money on marketing. So I adopted digital marketing. So I created a website, I did SEO. And because my English language skill was good, I could do better SEO than others. So I got awesome results with the help of SEO. Then I got motivated. Then in 2016, I created a company called Just Bazaar. That's an SEO company and business directory. Now it is internationally working, and we got amazing results. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. And
which year did you come into ILH, and like what was going on in your life at that point? I can see that you had a lot of experience before in the digital space and went from one industry to the next. But when you came into ILH, like which year was it? 2021 or 2020?
It was 2021. But I would like to share a very honest story here. In 2020, we had a lockdown, right? We had a COVID. At that time, in my pocket, I had only 24,000 rupees, and I had to pay 14,000 for hosting for my website. That was business directory. So out of 24, we paid 14,000 for the hosting renewal. That I had nothing, almost nothing. I had to pay rent for coaching, for electricity, for my employees and everything. And that was, I mean, I don't have words how to explain that situation, but we were totally broken in lockdown. So after lockdown, I started searching for a job. I got a job. Luckily, that job helped me for 10 months, but I was not made for job. So I left the job again in 2021 in the month of March before the next COVID. Then my mindset was not good at that time. I was looking for how can I steal information from the online world, and how can I
quick money, shortcuts,
shortcuts. How can I see what Saurabh Jain is doing, Deepak Kanakaraj is doing, and everyone is doing, so that I can steal and I can start implementing and I can make quick money. So I joined most of the courses. I spent around 2 lakh rupees in that year itself. Then one day something happened. It was instant. My coach, my earlier coach, referred to your event. I attended that event. It was totally mind blowing. I don't know. That was awesome thing in my life. And I immediately became silver member. And I started implementing each and everything. And I shared with my wife that this is the thing I wanted to do. This is the thing I always wanted to do, because I love speaking. I love helping people. And what better platform than this, right? So I shared with my wife. Then we started implementing each and everything. I became Freedom Finisher very quickly, I remember. So I got the t-shirt, I got the bag, certificate. Those were the huge celebrations in my family. So that was the tough time. And I can say that people never believed in me. Since 2014, I left my job. People never believed in me, but I always believed in myself because my father believed in me. My father always used to call me that, Sunil, you will do some great things in your life. I don't know what, but you will do something great. So I still remember my father. He left us in 2010. So it has been like 13 years now. So I have always taken inspiration from my father, and that has been more than enough for me.
Amazing. So when you came into the community, ILH, you were not having the financial capacity and stuff. So tell us, what do you think are the top 3 things that shifted in you that has helped you cross this 20-30 lakhs in revenue that you've done? Like, what do you think were the 3 things that you got?
So the first thing that I noticed, that people do not have technical skills. They want to become super successful in the online world. So they were facing so many problems, business owners and the people who want to make more money. So basically, I was helping business owners to automate their systems, to create their website, landing pages, to bring them onto the first page of the Google. That was my primary job in 2021. But when I joined you, I started shifting my system to coaching. I started creating the courses. I bought the LMS. I bought one domain. That domain did not work. Then I got another domain, careerbuildingschool.com. That actually worked a little bit. Then I started doing webinar in 2021 September. And I got first admission in the first webinar. So I was very motivated at that time. So that system was working for me.
Excellent. Got it. So what you got here was more of the systems knowledge, even though you had digital marketing skills, but for a coaching business, how do you put it all up? That's what you got. And selling. So you've not done selling before, right? You were only doing one-to-one selling, or possibly getting
yes,
clients,
offline selling and one-to-one selling.
Offline and one-to-one. How was that process for you to do one-to-many webinar selling and stuff?
That was, I mean, I was not very comfortable with that. I was finding it, I was nervous. I was not at all comfortable selling in webinar and creating that bundle and trying to lure the people. But one day I got your message on Society and also got your email.
Yeah.
Sunil, stop thinking and start doing. If you are taking action and your bank balance is not showing that, you are wasting your time. Something like that. The message was there on Society. I read it multiple times. Then I decided that I have to follow the system. I mean, step by step, strictly. Then I started doing it. But level 1 was not doing very good for me, because I was getting so many requests from the people that we need your one-to-one assistant.
Yes.
So my diamond was doing good. I have more than 10 admissions in my diamond and 4 admissions in my quantum. So I have been busy with the people one-to-one. So that's happened with me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So the beautiful thing about your journey is that like you adapted to whatever was you felt was your strength point, and then that's how you took it forward. So how does it feel now when it comes to community building, and like you have a tribe of now 200 paid members, and that probably quite a few who are also in your diamond and quantum. So what is that feeling like to wake up every morning to serve them?
So I feel pressurized in the morning that what special I can do for my community. And I'm a very fast action taker. That you told me that, Sunil, you have to create 3 videos per week. So my average per day is 3. So I'm creating almost 3 videos per day. When you told that you have to create a podcast, I created multiple podcasts in that week itself. So the one thing is I take action very fast, but there is one weakness that after 1 or 2 weeks, something happens, my energy goes down. But when I attend the leadership council, everything comes to the good level. So I keep attending the leadership council and meet and hide. They are the primary recharging point for myself. And the same thing I'm trying to implement with my community. I'm doing leadership council, the same thing. I'm not doing anything different. I have leadership council, I have a power meet, power meet, then I have inner circle, then I have hackathon. So I am following the step-by-step process. I'm just copying everything. I'm not using my mind.
Brilliant. That best. Please do that. Okay, by all means. And all of you here watching, please copy my system exactly. But of course, give it your own flavor and with your own content and stuff like that. That's awesome. So tell us, Sunil, what advice would you give for people who are watching this, who are probably in the same situation you were in 2-3 years back, not having the financial resources, broke, but aspiration is there to grow, intention is there to serve. Like, what advice would you give them at this stage?
So, like, the people already have given so many advices, but I would say that have a very big goal, that you cannot even believe that unbelievable goal should be there, and create a path to that and follow some 5 to 10 people who are in that sector already. They are 100 times more successful than you. Follow them. After that, have a coach who you search before that. Finalize the coach. Once you join the coach, surrender yourself 100% and follow the step. Follow the process step by step. There is nothing that can stop you, because you cannot take all the steps in one go. You have to work bit by bit, because there is a compound effect. Things will happen and they will go out of the belief. You will get 1,000 times more than whatever you can imagine. That is the power of the system. So the only thing is, please go ahead, create the system with your coach. That will do the magic.
Awesome. Great, Sunil. Thank you for sharing. More power to you. All of you just type MPTY Sunil.
Thank you very much.
Very inspiring journey to see how you have bounced back, and in spite of all the challenges that you have gone through on your family side, and you've basically redefined yourself, and you've proved to the world that you don't have to be in a big metro city or whatever to be successful. You're in your own hometown doing things from there and making multiple lakhs in revenues.
I'm full-time dad, and that's it.
Amazing. Superb, Sunil. Thank you for inspiring, and stick around. We'll bring you back on after this in the Q&A session. Next, I want to bring on Mudit Saxena. Before I bring on Mudit, I just want to share all the people who are watching here. Maybe you just tuned in on YouTube or Facebook. If you'd like to be a part of our community, somebody asked, what is ILH? Okay, so ILH is Internet Lifestyle Hub. I'm the founder of this community. I started this in the year 2018. We are over 20,000 paid members and growing. And if you'd like to be a part of the community, you can get started as a silver member, where I will teach you step by step how you can take your idea and your knowledge and make that into a super profitable knowledge business anywhere between 3 to 6 months by following the system that I've already designed. Okay, and we have many of our members. So today what we're doing is this segment is a Hall of Fame Spotlight, where I'm spotlighting the success stories. Normally I would do an interview on my YouTube channel and put it up on my YouTube channel. But now we have so many interviews that I'm doing it in one shot. Okay, so I'm leveraging my time through this process and also inspiring everyone live. So let's bring on Mudit. I'm just going to check and see if Mudit is here. And if you're watching on Facebook specifically, see if you can tag a friend or your family or any family member who can watch this later. Because somebody who's struggling and maybe some of them are going through tough situations, if they see this, they're going to get inspired. So please invite more people to this. So Mudit, congratulations on crossing this milestone of Hall of Fame. And those of you who do not know, Mudit is he is again in the mid-career space. He helps mid-career people become CXOs. He's implemented the systems what I teach along with high-ticket consulting-based models, done over 14 lakhs in this business. From what you had entered then, but now you can share with us, Mudit, what's what is it right now? And first of all, congratulations. Where are you from? And tell us about you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sid. I must say this is a lucky day because I haven't had a chance to meet you on the leadership hot seat, but great to see you today. Well, basically, I've been a CXO myself. I've sort of worked in 5 countries over the last 3 decades, and I think a moment of truth came to me about 10 years ago when suddenly, I was working in a city which you've also been in Dubai. And one fine day, when your bank gets bought as in a bank, the top leadership is just cleaned out, right? You could be whatever.
Yes.
So suddenly from, being a hero, next day you're zero, and I was sort of wondering, hello, what happened? It's not everything has got to do with your performance, but, things happen.
Yes.
And for a while I struggled and, went back and actually spent a lot of time trying to find the right answers to, why should this happen to me? And I went into study Vedanta and Kriya Yoga and a lot of other stuff. And for a while, one of the things was to understand the concept of Swadharma, or purpose, right? And I don't think in India we spend too much time ever thinking about what we're truly made for. We sort of, I think all of us, and I've done the same, right? You chase the job that pays you the most, or it doesn't matter whether you like it or you don't like it, just do it. So I think over the last 10 years, I spent a lot of time, and when I went back, I was sort of planning in my mind. And when I look back, I always realized that I enjoyed the relationships I had with the people I worked with were a lot better than the relationships that I had with my bosses, in the sense that I enjoyed, nurturing more than I enjoyed, the politics and the playing up at the senior levels, that you have to do. And you know how it is in Dubai, right? One day you have an Australian CEO, next day you have a UK CEO, third day you have, everybody comes and, it's you've been there, right? So I knew I would be doing something, in the space of giving back. So I think, after 30 years of this roti kapda makan story that we all do, I said, enough. I mean, it's time, what's the point of studying and knowing things and then not living your purpose? So I knew I wanted to come back and do this. And my mother was also, she was quite lonely in Dubai because you live in huge homes and, community, etc. So we came back, and that was just before COVID when I I saw your program, etc. And I immediately signed up. I saw a spiritual streak in you that was enough for me to say that this guy is okay. He's, he won't do anything, amiss. And I must confess that I wish I'd listened to you a lot faster. But what to do, when you get older, you think you know a couple of things. And the other thing was really that, I wanted to make sure that, when I came out, because most of the, my connections or most of the people that I've interacted with are at a certain level, I didn't want to come out like a novice and just, that's my justification. I wish I'd learned that version 1 is better than version none, and that's what I like to tell everybody. But I got trained as a coach. I did the ICF certification. I'm a PCC coach. So it takes a long time. You have to spend 150 hours learning, then you practice for over 500 hours. So while I was doing that, I never sort of lost track with the community, and I would, and of course, I must confess, at one time I used to be doing a lot of marketing, but that was 20 years ago, when you had artworks were in physical shape and stuff. So while I knew the concepts, I had obviously missed this whole, digital revolution. In fact, I would tell my marketing guy that, listen, I would get in the way and, not let him do his work, because I thought I knew a lot. So I had actually then told him, look, just go ahead and do what you have to, because, I'll be the bottleneck. So I taken my hands off all this for the last 15 years, 20 years. And you know how the world has changed completely, right? So
yes.
So I sort of did that. I knew, and I think I must say, a couple of things that I was struggling with was niche, because I felt I could do many things. I think when you got a certain amount of life experience, and so I wanted to do spirituality for leaders, and I came back to mindfulness for leaders, and I wanted to all bring that down. But then when I would hear the stories from the community also, etc., I said, listen, there's no point doing or building a business which doesn't succeed. As in, it must make money, and it must, there's no point just, paying from your own pocket. It didn't make sense to me. So I did all of that, but I did it. And since you've done so many of the programs with Blair and everybody, right? So you keep hearing, connect with your backstory, connect with all of that. And then finally, I said, what is the biggest thing? And if you looked at connecting with my story of having worked also in corporates, was that by 2040, 20% of the global workforce will be Indian. Okay.
Wow.
And during my time, there was no Sundar Pichai and Satya Nadella to sort of look forward to. But today, see, Indians have great talent. They're very technically sound. They study very hard, etc. But they don't know the skills of how to present themselves, how to, deal with working multicultural geographies, because you're limited to a certain degree. And that's what I found. I said, why should, Indian leaders be confined to just this territory when the whole world is opened up? And my own mistakes, like somehow we don't take, let's say, for example, dressing up, in the Western world, they give a lot of emphasis on the outer game. Yeah. And a lot of Indians, are taken as, he knows he's a techie, but let him do the backroom work. And I somehow didn't, like that ever, and I know that was part of my struggle. So I said, okay, let me help, Indian leaders to sort of get onto the global stage and become serious. Why shouldn't they be running, the largest companies? So that's what I helped doing. Yes. And I saw a lot of, I didn't want to get into the career coaching space because everybody is a career coach. I mean, what is it that's different? And in a way, I said, I'm glad, so I built a lot of parts of what I wanted to do in terms of spirituality or mindfulness or all these techniques, etc., into a combined program, because what people don't realize is that, as you go up, right, you have to make sure that your energy is really at the top, right?
Yes.
And for that, you need, the normal, the focus, the discipline, the practices that, and, all of us, I mean, we probably know it, but, in a car, right, you can't press the accelerator and the brake at the same time. Both are required. Yes. So the outer part, the outer game of, going out there and doing things is very important, but the inner game of managing yourself, your health, your connection with the world, and all of that is equally important. So I mixed the whole thing and put it into a commercial thing. And I said, look, let me test it out. So I helped, 35 plus leaders and above, get to senior levels. And I decided, much against, I said, let me try to do the high ticket game to begin with. But let me test my program and see how it works. Because it gave me, so it's a mix of group coaching and individual coaching. And, it's sort of working, I'm sure. And now I'll ramp it up.
Excellent. Great, Mudit. What a story. And definitely for you, it's the second innings. And now you're teaching second innings to us. You're bringing people back, so your backstory congruence is there. And of course, there's a deeper mission I can see is to bring Indian leaders to the global stage, to bring
Yes,
them up.
Absolutely. Because, I think my father also sent me to an English medium school so that I could speak English. But then you get disconnected from what your heritage is all about. And there's so much wealth, right? So if you look at any of the studies, right, we all know that India was the #1 economy till the 18th century.
Yeah,
and then,
yes.
The invaders came, etc. But the essence is not to lose. I think a lot of us are in this bid to sort of, and I understand, it's a cycle, right? So when you're on the upswing, it's obviously wealth that's the most important thing, because that is important. And then the West, because they've reached there, now come to India, and all the coaches, they come here and learn and then go back.
Yes.
So why not bring that back in a form that, and I think when it comes from somebody who can say that, look, I've also done something, it's not fluff. So
exactly,
I just feel that we need to get our rightful place back.
Absolutely. So what do you think have been your top 3 biggest, impactful lessons, learnings, skills that you got from ILH after coming here?
What I think is typically, especially in the coaching space, I think, and as Indians, what I say is all of us, they're very, most traditional coaches. I mean, and I'm talking of ICF coaching, like Rajiv has, Ashlesh Rao, or whatever, right? So a lot of the coaches are, very sound, from a knowledge perspective, but they're shy and they don't want to get out there and they don't want to. So, I just feel that, look, don't be the best kept secret in the world, right? You might as well get discovered. And, when you do, you can add value as well as, live in abundance. Why should that? So I just think that, people need to learn how to sell or to, because without that, there's really, a lot of knowledge. And I think it's unfortunate because, I feel in India now, the knowledge of the business of making coaches is becoming so huge that, there are a lot of coaches who after doing that don't earn money. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's not fair. I mean, so I just feel that if you, you have to learn. And I think Rajiv, of course, does a great job at making so much fun of this that, I just want everybody to, you should monetize what you have, right? What's the point?
Exactly. Yeah. Superb. So after coming to ILH, you got the aspect of marketing. I'm sure now you get out more.
In the sense that it suited me because I don't like going and asking, for a long time, I must confess, I don't want to be rude, but I've been signing the bills for people to, I don't want to go. I find it difficult. I don't mind selling. You come to me and we talk. I have no problem. But I find it difficult to go and,
one too many
request, or follow up or call up all these, we'll have a conversation. I have no problems in talking or whatever, but so I just felt this was a little more in tune with who I am and what and during some of the, one-to-ones that I was having, a lot of people said, I don't like this fact that I go to a coach and he tells me, and then he sells me something for a lower ticket, and then he, tries to upsell, and then, I was very disappointed with that. So some of them actually came and told me, listen, we're very clear, you can help us and we're willing to pay for it. So I said, why not? I mean, maybe, but of course, I know the ramping. I know, I don't miss your leadership calls or anything.
Yeah, definitely the nature of your topic is such that since you're catering to that caliber of people, what you're doing is perfect. I mean, you will hit a bandwidth if you're only doing one-to-one.
Yes.
At that point, you can look at group coaching, but still keep it premium because you are catering to that. Yeah. So, that's amazing. Great to know about your journey story. And how does it feel now that you're, you're getting warmed up now?
Yes.
You're clear on your mission and well.
Yeah, even the community here. If I wish I hadn't learned use my brain so much that comes in the way, And the whole thing is, I just love it when Sid keeps saying, because it used to be talking to me, right? Don't keep learning and, get out there and do it. So I just tell everybody, look, till you start selling this, you don't have a business, and listen to Sid, get out there and do it.
Thank you.
That's been a great learning. I mean, for me specifically, because there's little baggage that you carry that, okay, if you've been at a certain level, your friends, they see you should come out like perfect. But that's my I'm sure it's all in my head, but like a lot of people, but I'll just tell everybody here. And I love it because I love to see the youngsters. I'm probably on the older side, but when I hear them and I come back and see the kind of, how the youngsters are doing gigs and doing all kinds of stuff, it's really great.
Awesome,
we didn't have that, during my time.
Amazing, Mudit. Yeah, you're very, very young. Waiting to see you still rock it at 90 with the 1 lakh community. Okay, so you're there, you're still going for it. Yeah.
No, because I didn't give it up. I mean, I've never been in this so-called retirement mode ever. I probably worked harder in the last 2 years than I've ever done in my first. I have to tell you that, because for me it was relearning a lot of things and coming back to ground zero. It's different, right? When you have a position and power, there are people waiting to do that. But when you're nobody, and to recreate and do that, so I actually have worked much harder, to be honest with you, and I've loved it.
Amazing. Thank you, Mudit, for sharing, and honor to have people like you in our community with so much of experience. And now you're like redefining and showing others that it's not too late to change and to reconnect with what you really want to do. That's what you've actually done. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
yeah. Thank you so much, Mudit. So all of you type MPTY Mudit. We'll bring you back on after one more and we'll do a Q&A.
Thank you very much.
Yes, looking forward to it. And let's have Shweta. We have Shweta Pandey, who is our last spotlight for tonight. By the way, all of you are all of you inspired by this? Are you getting some value, and are you getting some taking away some points? Type yes or no in the chat box if you're doing that, if you're getting something. Awesome. Yeah, I never knew that this format would be so interesting and fun. I don't think I'll do any more Hall of Fame interviews. It's going to be in this format. It's too good. I mean, because there's a connect, human to human connect, which normally happens in those interviews, but then now we have many people also watching, and taking this to a Q&A will make it even more fun. I'm looking forward to that. So let's bring on Shweta Pandey. I'm going to spotlight Shweta, but before that, those of you who are not yet a part of the community, you can go to sids.co/member. We have a special offer right now that's going on where you can become a solo member in our community, jump in on board, get started. And like tomorrow, we're going to be doing the hackathon, the next mission on branding. So if you get in today, you can actually get a scoop of that. Okay, so make sure that you jump in. I want to now bring on Shweta. Let's put her on the spotlight. Okay, I'm just checking if she's there. Shweta P. Okay, I'm going to add you to panelist. Excellent. So Shweta, congratulations on entering the Hall of Fame. And just to introduce Shweta, she is in the brand and positioning. She's into branding and stuff. And she's done over 11 lakhs when she entered this form. Maybe it's more right now. And she is been a coach and over 12 months in the community. She's also a diamond member. So all of the people who have entered the Hall of Fame or who have put on the spotlight, all are diamond members in ILH. So that's great to know. So Shweta, congratulations on being here at the Hall of Fame. You're at the spotlight. Let us know about you, where you're from, what do you teach, and what brought you here.
Thank you so much, Sid. Thank you very much, first of all, for bringing me here. It's really very exciting. Every time, I think once the Freedom Facilitator happened, Freedom Finisher, I think when it happened,
yes,
and you did live with me, so that was also exciting. So yes, thank you so much, because it's more exciting because you are one person who disrupted my life, I would say. I had an excellent relationship with technology, like how it goes in jokes, that how those perfect couples who do not understand each other, do not speak with each other. That was my relationship with technology. We just did not understand each other at all. It is beyond that zero level, which you can even imagine. So some of the ILH community members who have suffered because of me, because I've begged them to help me to understand very basic things. And now I see even my daughter coming and helping me. Like, Mama, you don't even know this. So I was like, today I feel so proud that I understand technology, at least to a certain level. So that's been the biggest blessing. And also I would give the credit to Manish Ahuja for literally forcing me and bringing me to your platform. He said, you need it, I know it, and I'm telling you, join it. So that's how I came in. And I would also like to confess, I am a Diamond member, but it would be an achievement for me to finish your entire course bundle that you have given. I could not put my head together that how can somebody with this little money could give so much. I said, he has to be out of his mind, because I didn't know you much at that time. So my only connection with you became because when you said I'm a spiritual person, I said, okay, this is one thing which is common between us. Okay, now I can connect with this man. And I think this is the perfect birthday gift I've got. I mean, in 3 days, it's my birthday. So perfect.
Happy
gift.
birthday.
Thank you. So for me, the journey was coaching happened by accident. I come from a very small town, I would say, with a mixed background of the family, half of the family into business, rest half into the business, with the service running in our veins. I come from the land of dal makhani and chole bhature.
Nice.
That's Punjab. But I grew up in hills. So that kept us very grounded, very realistic, more spiritual. And I would say the maximum credit of who I am goes to my mother the most, who built me the way I am. My fire comes from my mother. My brothers who have been my unconditional support till date. And they are the tech ninjas, both of them. And one is maths, one is science. So I realized that in life, everything is maths and science. And I see it in practical manner also.
Okay.
So having that economical balance, wherein you see the luxury because of the business person. My mother ran her own business. My father was into service. So I understood the challenges of what a common man or a common family goes through because of the limitation of funds, but also enjoying the luxuries, because if you have the financial freedom, and also not just the financial freedom, the freedom of how you want to lead your life. And I was given to believe that there is no limitation in life. You can do whatever you want to, you can be whoever you want to be. And I grew up with that kind of mindset that I can just, if I want to fly, I can fly. If I want wings, I'll get wings. So there was no limit in my mind for anything. So I think that helped me a lot in times to come when I was not a coach, when I was, struggling with my professional life, how I polished myself, how I made my way in the right manner. I used to set goals that this is where I want to work. I would just think of a company or where I wanted to be. I aspired to work, and I used to work in a manner that I would get hired by them. Instead of me going and joining them or applying there, I would get a call from them. And that's how I reached till, from different companies to ended up working in an embassy, ended up working for the royal family of Saudi Arabia. And the people were like, this is dream come true. I said, no, this is just the beginning. It's just, one of those milestones. You don't stop here just because, you've reached somewhere. You have to just keep moving, and kept moving. I think that mantra took me long places. When I became a coach, I realized that how I could help people in achieving the same goal. That, you have to just keep going. Don't give limits to yourself. Don't just put yourself in any limited belief, any kind of cage. Becoming a single mother was perhaps the biggest challenge in my life. But that also became the most inspirational thing in my life. That I had to be a new person, a best person every day for my children to remember me. What if it is my last day of my life? What will happen? How can I secure their future? How can I give them the best of the present? And literally make each day like a gift. So that has been my mantra. That has been my little journey. But yes, during COVID, Before COVID, I was doing offline coaching. It was wonderful. I was only, primarily I was doing the HNI clientele, so high ticket selling only. And the fun, the thrill was with the public speaking assignments or the public coaching, group of like 500 people, 150 people, great fun, great energy. But I was like going with a very easy pace. I'm a happy to go lucky person in life. That's fine. I was, making a certain financial goal. I was happy, enjoying my life, giving time to my children. Everything was hunky-dory, and then COVID happened. But still, I had learned stock trading, crypto, everything. So I was like managing there, and I was doing volunteer work in hospitals. And I saw another part of life, how all those rich people, they were just left. Some with financial challenges, but most of them, they were just in hospitals or they were left without their families. And that's where I was going and helping. I was just spending time with them, filling that gap, understanding what was happening, and also went through a lot of stories, what people had gone through in their life. A lot of case studies I got. And that also gave me enough time to learn from you. I entered the ILH and it was like, I said, I cannot do it. And I don't know how, from where people were coming, were forcing me, apart from Manish Ahuja, then other people started approaching me. And I was called by, other fellow members, and they started to push me. They said, you have to become a freedom finisher. I said, what is that? They said, this is what you need to do. I said, I cannot do it. They said, you can do it. And the way they helped me and pushed me also helped me in helping other people.
Amazing.
Whom I have facilitated recently. It's been an amazing journey. What can I say? I mean, there were a lot of connection which I could relate with when you say that version 1 is better than version none. And that's what my mother had been telling me all the time. So I think every day is an excitement. What can I say? I mean, your leadership call, the Hive meetings on Sunday. People think like I've lost it completely because I'm all the time in front of my computer. But ultimate freedom lifestyle. I became a coach thinking that I will not have geographical foundation. That was offline. But this online is crazy. You'll not believe I've left New Delhi. I had moved to Mumbai. I had lived in Delhi. I've lived in Dubai. I said, like, I am not going anywhere. I am sitting in a small town on hills and I'm enjoying my life to the core, and I am doing my work far better than ever. So thank you so much. That's, I think,
thank you, Shweta. What an inspiring, such an inspiring journey and story. I'm such an honor to have people like you in our community. If I ask you to build a website at 3 a.m. in the morning, can you do it?
Yes, absolutely. I can.
Awesome. Okay, good. No, that's such an amazing thing. All of you just type awesome in the chat box. I just asked that question just for fun, but I'm sure you've gained those skills. Coaching before COVID, you've done your bit of training, and now you're building communities. What do you see different, in your approach to your own topic and in the way that you operate now that you're building communities?
So for me, first of all, I think before the community, it was a mindset block even for me. Okay. I did not 100% believe that I could do it completely 100% online. I said, no, I have to keep a mix of it. It cannot be 100% online because I'm still scared of going on Facebook and building community. So I started to use what was working for me, or rather what I was comfortable. So I was very comfortable with camera. I can talk to people. I can talk to a tree. I can talk to an animal. I can just talk to people.
Super.
So I thought, okay, let me reach out to people through my videos. And I am an avid reader. I love to write. So my writing and my videos became my source of communication with people. And I started seeing response. So I wrote 2 books. I'm a best-selling author now. So I wrote a book that why one must write a book. how it helps you connect with people, how it helps you create your positioning and your branding, and how it makes your life easy and simple and more fulfilling. So building community online, I think the best part is that today I am coaching people who are sitting in Chennai. Will I go to Chennai? No. So my very first batch had people from Croatia, from Jordan, from India, from London, from Dubai. Is it possible offline? No, but online is a different world altogether. And more you get into it, more you start to enjoy it. And also it's opening doors for me, the horizon, like what all I could do. People started asking me, can you write blogs for me? I said, really? Okay, I will do that. I had to learn. I reinvent myself that apart from writing, how can I make my online presence more interactive? How can I connect with people much better sitting anywhere they are? And it's amazing. And I think the way we learn from each other, it's not just me coaching them. I also end up learning a lot from them. So it's a win-win situation for all. And I think everybody, no matter in which space they are, whether they're into coaching, doing whatever work, online community building should not be limited just to socializing, just to Facebook, just to making friends. So learn from each other, build relations, build, it's a small world. When you come online, then you realize it's a very small world.
Absolutely.
That's ultimate gift.
Great, Shweta. Thank you for sharing. So inspiring. All of you just type MPTY Shweta, more power to you. And it is great to see the way that you have evolved and in your journey, and you're just getting warmed up. I can just tell you that you're just getting warmed up, and there's a lot of people to inspire and impact, and you're on that already. Thank you for sharing. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to change your role to attendee, Shweta, and we'll bring you back on for Q&A. But I want to do like a quick cloud polling just for everybody else, to see live on, what were the biggest lessons. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a Slido like a link, and I would like you to share what were your biggest learnings that you got from this particular segment. Just enter one word at a time, or maximum 2 words, and refresh that link once again and share your second word and the third word. So just share at least your top 3 to top 5 learnings in simple words. And I'm going to share my screen so all of you can see a pattern of what were the biggest lessons and takeaways from this Hall of Fame Spotlight, which all of you can, it'll be more like a revision of your biggest lessons and as a group. So I'm just going to give all of you a few minutes, maybe 1 minute time to do this. And once we finish this, we will jump into Q&A session. So be ready with your questions if you have a question. Okay, so if you have a question, here's what I would like you all to do is in the Q&A module on Zoom, I'm going to clear it out. If you have a question to any specific person, mention their name and ask the question. If not, I will open up the question to the entire group, or I may answer it myself depending on what the question is going to be. So in the Q&A module on Zoom, you can ask your question after you have finished writing your lesson. Okay, we'll come to that later. So I'm going to share my screen. These are the biggest takeaways from today's Hall of Fame Spotlight. Mindset and community are the 2 big ones. But let's look at the other ones. Break your resistance. Be persistent. Self-confidence. Have a positive mindset. Be consistent. Start doing one-to-ones. Take action. Follow systems. Follow a mentor. System is magic. Implement. Everybody's unique. Follow the process. Follow the steps. Surrender to the coach. In fact, I would like all of you to just take a screenshot of this if you want to, because this is the essence of what has been, the conversations and interactions we've had in the last 90 minutes. Continue sharing. Yeah, I would like each one of you here, and all of you, if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, just watch this, watch all of the key takeaways. Excellent. Okay, good. Now we will move into Q&A. So I'm going to spotlight our 6 Hall of Fame achievers. So I'll just spotlight all of them one by one for Q&A. So I'm going to add Akshay to panelist, Harshad, Ravi Tej, so as I'm adding all of you to the panelists, you can turn on your cameras. And we'll go on for Q&A for the next 25 minutes. We'll wrap up. We'll do a hard stop at 10 p.m. just so that everybody they can get back to life. So I'll just add Mudit right now. And Shweta. Yes. So I've added everyone as a panelist. And all of you can take a screenshot if you want, once everybody's here, and take a selfie if you want. Yes, so I'm going to read out some questions. If you have any questions to any one of our Hall of Fame members, you can ask the question, and then I'll facilitate this. So first question is, Rajiv has a question for Harshad. On how many days did you take to finalize your niche? Rajiv Nagare's question to Harshad. So Harshad, over to you.
Yes, great question, Siddharth. And I think you also put a lot of emphasis on, and in the leadership council calls, half the calls are on niche audits, I guess. Yes, it is very much important, actually. For me, actually, my niche clarity started before ILH. It worked for me. It can work for you as well. During second lockdown, deep in lockdown, my business was down. I had nothing to do. Literally, I was stuck at home. I write on LinkedIn every day anyway. So I just wrote that I'm open to help, so you can book my call. Simple. I didn't know ILH, nothing like this. I didn't know that I would get into coaching. I just say I'm a natural at networking. So I want to connect with people. So 50 people actually booked my call over next 2-3 months. Okay. And 75% of them were talking about my job chala gaya, or I don't know what will happen after COVID. Salary is half, all these problems. And actually, I come from entrepreneurial world. I do not know these problems actually for last 7 years. So I realized that, there is something like this. And I would share with them, network on LinkedIn. This is how your profile should look. This is how, naturally, I'm good at networking, presenting myself. So these were the natural ideas for me. It were new for them. So, and then I think after coming to ILH, I think, so, but I think doing one-to-ones, free one-to-ones.
Okay. How many one-to-ones did you do to really solidify it?
Yes.
Around 50 one-to-ones you would have done?
Yes, through that experiment. And again, during ILH, to make sure I'm really on it, 50 more, I would say, just
fantastic.
Really talk to people.
Superb. Fantastic. Great, Harshad. Thank you for sharing. So what would that duration be for the question? Like, how long did it take totally? Around 3 to 6 months or faster than that?
Yes, it took 6 months for me. I think because I do not have a network from that professional's background, it took more. Probably for some people, if you already have the network like that, I think you can just send a Google form and get those one-to-ones quickly, probably.
Excellent. Thank you, Harsha. Thank you for sharing. Next question is Aditya's question. He's asking Shweta, I'm a self-publishing coach. How do I motivate somebody who's not a writer or a novice writer to take up writing? So Shweta, over to you.
Yes, please. Thank you. Wonderful question. Yes, someone who is novice. First thing first, everybody has a story, and that story can inspire many lives. If you are a working professional, it's your irreplaceable business card. You don't really need to carry a card after that. You could just you're a writer and you are everywhere. That's your everlasting memory. That's your legacy that you create. If you are into business, how many lives can you touch? How many people you can tell the struggles that you have gone through? How can they eliminate those troubles? So if at all, I think almost everybody, either they are driven by the service or they're driven by greed. So no matter which one out of these, if you want to earn more money, write a book. If you want to tell people how to make money, write a book. If you want to gain your name, fame, write a book. If you want to give away any learning of your life, write a book. So by all means, write a book. It's easy. It's doable. Just divide it into 10 basic lessons that you want to give, the basic teachings that you want to give, the helping, the tips that you want to give, and just write it. That's it. It's that easy. I hope it answers your questions well. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely, Shweta. Thank you for that. And the key lesson is they need to find a reason to write it, and once they find the reason, then they will start. So thank you for sharing. Yes, and I'll open up the comments. All of you can just type MPTY Shweta, more power to Shweta, more power to Harshad. Next question, I'm going to pass it on. Like, there are many questions, but I'm going to facilitate this. So I'm going to bring it on to Akshay. Two questions. Again, sound similar, but the question is, by Yash, he's asking, I'm also targeting students. I'm also, he's coaching on website development, but the question is, will they pay 4,999 and stuff? So one is that is one question. And another question by Neil Shah, he was asking, were you targeting parents or school children through your content and ads for your webinar? As parents will pay the money. So again, it's all to do with the money part, who's paying, or if it's students, will they pay? So you want to expand on that, Akshay? Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Sids. So as Sids has mentioned many times, that it depends on what the value we create when you offer a product, whether they are ready to pay for that or not. It's possible that as a strategy, we could start at a lower pricing point, say 2,999 or 3,999, but then gradually 4,999 should be the minimum benchmark that we should set for the level 1 product to break even generally, because generally 50% of it goes in the ad cost. So that is my recommendation. And second thing is for the target market. Yes. So if the target market is teenagers and students who do not have the paying capacity, then we need to target both the parents and the students. So if the student is below 13 years of age or do not have internet access, then we target only parents. But in my case, I'm dealing with students of school and college who also have access to internet. So I approach the students on Instagram as well as parents on Facebook. And I have two landing pages, parents and Facebook both, where parents and students both, two landing pages. And both of them come to the same webinar. And in the webinar, I cover 3 secrets. So in the 3 secrets, I cover basically about how to choose a career, how to grow in your career, and the role of parents in career selection. So it basically covers all the 3. And the content for the student is also watched by the parents. Like when I do my social media, I post 3 videos a week. So 2 are for the students and 1 is for the parents. So I divide it like that on social media as well as on this. And it has helped me considerably, and parents are also able to connect. And you can also do one thing that you can do one-to-one, once a month, you can do a community call for the parents only, the inner circle call. You can invite the parents or do a separate call for them where the parents can come and understand what is happening. So that they are in tune with what you're doing. Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. Love the idea that you're targeting students on Insta and parents on Facebook. So logical on 2 different landing pages. Superb. Next, I want to pass it on to somebody. Badrinath has asked a question to Ravi Tej. Could you please share some of the strategies on getting leads to webinars in the initial phase? How did you do that, Ravi Tej?
Okay. Yeah. So in the initial phase, you need to be consistent and have a content strategy which will work for you. It can be as simple as posting YouTube videos, which is on a consistent basis every week, twice, and also being active onto Instagram as well as this thing, and have a target market which you are catering to. Don't specify to everyone. Try to make it very, very specific that whom you're targeting. And also if you have 1 or 2 case studies, make sure you're putting into stories, you're putting into your WhatsApp statuses, and organically how you can build it up, because that's where you're going to get some inquiries. And you need to make sure you have a system to get that inquiries and a proper way of responding, like a proper Google form. You get this thing. So immediately within 24 hours, you get them a reply in a form of email or get them over a call. And that's how you're going to close initially with your organic leads before going into the ads. This is the very good way where your friends and family validate your model, and also some of the other people who are through your social media can get into your funnel and get the results.
Thank you, Ravi Tej. Thank you for sharing. Yes, all of you got some points on that. You got some tips on that. You can just type yes in the chat box. I want to pass on. There's a question that is open to everyone, but I'll pass this to Mr. Mudit. And there are two questions for him. So I'm going to pass it on to you. So the first part is by Aftab Ali, who asked, he's in a success mindset niche, but he's not able to narrow it down further. So is there anything that you can share on that, Mudit? Because you've also, in that space, and also you've been coaching also. And there's one specific question to you here is, could you share briefly on your steps on how do you launch Indians on global stage? So that can be the second part. So over to you, Mudit. How can he narrow it down, and then how do you launch?
Yeah. Yes. So I think both great questions. See, the main thing is, which I learned very late actually, and I have to confess that is, look, people pay you for solving a problem. Okay. So initially when I started, I used to give a lot of gyan. Everyone used to do a lot of tali, but no money. Okay. So what is the problem? So you see from your own backstory, right? When you're building a success mindset, who are you going to serve? And, with India's population being the way it is, there is a market for everybody. So yes, in our greed to try and serve everybody, we serve nobody. And I've done that. I mean, so my initial 10, 15 videos were brilliant. Everybody was saying, wow, Mudit, you speak like, what wisdom and this and that, but nobody paid me for it. I never got any calls. Then I finally had to put, my own brains into the box and said, okay, now listen to what Sid and Rajiv and everybody says, right? What is the problem that you're solving? And, if you're, I don't know your age group, Aftab. So if you're, connect with somebody and listen to what Sid says, fix somebody, in your own age group, somebody who's like you, because you've gone through that story, right? He'll connect with you much better than somebody whom you're trying to, and get started somewhere, right? So that's what I will say. Success mindset can be taught at 70, it can be taught at 60, it can be taught at, even like how Akshay has been saying, right? For school children. It just means different things. So get very, very clear who's your target audience and what problem are you going to solve. That's when you will start making money. And the second part is about Indians being on the global stage. I just feel, the whole thing is, let's say, for example, today, India's biggest industry is IT of sorts. That's what you sell to the world, right? So you have a lot of IT people who know a lot of code, who know a lot of Python. And, our education system doesn't teach us how to present ourselves, how to move ahead in the international environment. See, the Western systems teach you how to communicate, okay? How to get your point across. An Indian knows a lot, but is a little shy. Let me not speak up, And therefore, the essence is to find your own power within. And once there's nothing stopping Indians who have, just look at it. If you just look at the stories, right? Sundar Pichai, such humble backgrounds. Where has he reached? Right? So we have it all. The amount of hard work we do in this country, nobody does. The amount of studies we do, nobody does. Believe me, nowhere else in the world have I, seen this. But what our parents and our system doesn't teach us is, how do you communicate that knowledge? How do you present yourself? How do you get onto that stage and demand your right, which is our right? When the world was in darkness, right? In 200 BC, we used to have the universities of the world, right? So they can't teach you anything, believe me. But we don't have that self-belief.
Yes.
Right? You need to get back. Just discover your power. The kind of heritage and the history that we come from. And I'm, I must confess, I learned this very late in life, because going to a good English medium school that teaches you, will make you look down upon your own culture. But believe me, this is the only thing you have. So it's only a question of time when we discover what our true self is. And I think that time has come.
Thank you, Mudit, for sharing. That's so true and so inspiring as well. Yeah, it's time for, it's in next 2 decades is India's decade. As long as all of us here do our part and, uplift every segment of society. So thank you for sharing. Amazing. Next, I want to pass it on to Sunil. Sunil, question for you. Swapnil has asked, he wants to know the secret, okay? What is the secret on how you went from Freedom Finisher to Hall of Fame? You can break that down. And I'm sure that same question all of you will have, if you can simplify it over for him. And another connected question is how do you use all of the technical skills to market yourself, okay, to mobilize the market? That's the question. But of course, you can now talk about it. I think it's interconnected. So yeah, Freedom Finisher to Hall of Fame. Sunil, what's your take? You can unmute and speak. Not able to hear you.
Sorry for that. I mean, Siddharth can answer all the questions, but still, it's my turn. Then I'm going to speak. So when I was a Freedom Finisher, after a few months, I was Hall of Fame, but I did not apply. That's secret. And Nina forced me to apply. Then I applied because the criteria for Hall of Fame is, I believe, 3 lakh rupees. But I have earned more than 32 lakh rupees now. So I was already doing high ticketing, and I was providing high ticket, the one-to-one assistance to the people. And that's how I became Hall of Fame. That's an honest answer. But the thing is that if you just follow the system, just do the webinars on time, decide the time, do it every week on time with complete dedication, and there is nothing that can stop you becoming Hall of Fame, or maybe more than that. It's a simple thing. Whatever Siddharth has laid down, that is perfectly working for us. No need to invent anything new. Just follow the system, right? And to the second thing, I'm more passionate about answering the second question. How do I utilize my technical skills? So I have a very different way of utilizing my thing. It is totally different from the world, whatever being taught in the online world, digital marketing and everything. Nobody is talking about integrated digital marketing. So I am expert in integrated digital marketing. Integrated digital marketing. And what is that? Let me explain step by step in just a minute. What I do, I simply go ahead and write a blog. The first thing I do is I write a blog. Then I create a video out of that blog. Then what I do, I repurpose the blog. That is called sharing. I share the blog on LinkedIn. I share the blog on medium.com, tumblr.com, in Facebook group, and in Google sites, in Google Blogger, then WordPress Blogger. So I ultimately get so many backlinks to my blog. That is the one thing. Then I convert the blog into video. Then I do the same thing. I share it on all the possible platforms. Then I create a creative image related to that blog. Then I do the same thing again. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes. Sharing. I'm just talking about sharing. Writing a blog can take so much time, but sharing takes only 20 minutes. But people hesitate in sharing. I don't know why. So just write a blog and share it. And there is a strategy called SEO optimized sharing. Wherever you share your content, there is an option to do the SEO tweak. For example, if you are publishing an image on Facebook, people simply go there, put their content and put their image and post it. But there is one secret. If you click on the image, there is option that comes that called edit. If you click on edit, then there is an option called ALT text that is called SEO power. So if you update that accordingly related to your post, what is your post about, it will become 10 times or 100 times more powerful. And that gives me organic power. And I spend very less on paid ads, and I am getting so many clients, so many students organically because of my SEO tactic. And it's free.
Awesome. Awesome. Absolutely, Sunil. SEO is something that we should not ignore. Yeah, if your performance marketing is on one side, organic content marketing is on one side, and of course SEO, like content marketing with optimization, is another thing. All the three tracks need to run parallelly, and of course SEO is a long-term game. It's not like you put money or you put effort now and tomorrow you're going to get it. It's going to be something that you build over time. But great share, Sunil. Thank you for sharing. Anything else you want to share?
Yes. Swapnil has asked that how to achieve 15 lakh in 3 months. That's a question that is pending.
And I saw that. Yes.
I want to answer in my words. I know everybody can answer it. I want to answer it in my own words, that you create a system. You stick to your mission. You follow the system. You add value to the people. Money is just a byproduct. It will automatically come to your bank account. You focus on adding value. Money will keep coming. Not only 15 lakhs, maybe 15 crores, or maybe more than that.
Thank you, Sunil, for sharing. Yes, I'm not picking all the questions. I'm just looking at it and distributing to all of our speakers here. So I'm just going to take one last question. I'm going to be passing this on to Shweta. And the question is by one of the members who's asked, It's quite an interesting question. How do I enjoy the process? How do we enjoy the journey of reaching our goals? I feel like the journey is too long. So Shweta, what do you want to say about this?
But all I can say is take one step at a time. Most of my videos, I actually emphasize, just take one step at a time. It's not a race. Life is not a race. Stop competing. Just let life happen. You want to eat? Do you think that I have to eat this? Now I have to pick up the plate. I have to pour my, sabzi. No, just go eat and you enjoy each bite. Just like that, whatever work you do. That is the reason why I always say, think about, life as a legacy. Everything that you're doing has a meaning. Meaning to you. What does it mean to you? Forget the word. Forget what implication it will have. You want to laugh, just laugh. Enjoy the process. The moment you start living in present, the moment you start to just accepting life as it is, start accepting yourself. Take inspiration from whatever inspires you. I took inspiration from my own name. I said S for self, self-love, self-confidence, everything to do with self. H for my health, my physical, mental, spiritual health. W for wealth. ETA, the expected time of arrival. That became my success mantra. You draw inspiration from whosoever, whatsoever. But just accept. The moment you start accepting whatever is happening, you will start enjoying it. The resistance is keeping you away from that joy. I hope that answers your question. Thanks.
Thank you, Shweta. That was awesome. So thank you all masters here who have shared your golden nuggets, your tips, your journey. Really want to appreciate each one of you for your time. To hop in like impromptu. I think Ankit just called from my team. Each one of you said, come on board. So I want to thank you all for that. Next time we're going to make it even more planned. But all of you here watching, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, wherever, did you all get some value? Are you all inspired now that you can do this yourself? And just type in the chat box, what do you think? And I want to wish all of you here who have just crossed the Hall of Fame. So Harshad, Ravi Tej, Sunil, Shweta, Akshay, Mudit, like this group here. Yes, may you cross that 1 crore mark as soon as possible. And I'm waiting to give you that on stage, the 1 crore achiever award. And now you're the privileged group now. You're going to be in the front row seating at FBR if you're there. Yes, so yes. I've asked my team to add you all to our special Telegram group only for the Hall of Fame. So when you come into that group, just shoot a small 1-minute video over there to introduce yourself, because there are many of the Hall of Fame members who are not here, but you can introduce yourself over that. So my ask from all of you here is shoot a 1-minute video to introduce yourself. And 2 is my team will just send you a Google form link just with your website links and stuff like that. So when you're promoting this, we also want to, share that and give some leverage to your website and stuff on my YouTube channel. So you can do that. And with that being said, if you guys want, let's take a snap together. Let's do a love emoticon snap. I'll just lower my hand and let's see if we can do that. But there are no emoticons in webinar format. Okay, so let's take a snap together, and let's do a thumbs up snap. Yes, let's do a thumbs up snap. Yes, I got the snap on my side. You can take a snap on your side also if you want, and make a post. And all of you here can take a snap and share your biggest lessons and learnings from this. Yeah. So once again, thank you all, Hall of Fame, and I have a few announcements to make for the rest of the group. So wish you all the best. I'm going to change your role to attendees now. Yeah, it's 9:58. I wanted to just stick to the time factor. That's why we were not able to answer all the questions, but we are going to do this every Monday night. Okay, so every Monday evening, unless I'm traveling, we may not do it on Monday, but as much as possible, I'm going to be driving this myself. 1 second, I'll just change Akshay's role to attendee. Give me a second. And I'll spotlight myself. Yeah. Superb. So one word on what was your experience in the last 2 hours. Type in the chat box from wherever you are. What's the one word? Superb. Recharged, motivated, out of the world, mind blown, awesome, inspired, lifelong learning, top of the world, booster. I think this was one thing that was missing in our community, which is inspiring our Hall of Fame, our Freedom finishers to become Hall of Fame. There's a gap that I could sense. So I felt doing the spotlight will be very apt. And also we have this open Q&A session, that where you can ask questions. We may not be able to answer all the questions, but at least there's some clarity. And now that you know who these people are, you can connect with them in our IELTS society, and get more clarity from there also. So I want to just find out run a quick polling question. Let me just ask this question. So I just want to find out which membership level are you in our community. You can just answer this question before we close. Are you a silver member or a gold member or a diamond member or none? Maybe you're just here for the first time and just for me to get an understanding of this audience over here. Interesting. Okay, got it. So for those of you who are not a part of our community, you can go directly to sids.co. I'll share the link, sids.co/member, and join us over there if you're not a part of the community, and get started with the basic silver membership. And those of you who are silver and gold members, if you noticed, every single Hall of Fame member is a diamond member here. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a diamond showcase end of the month where there'll not be any recordings or replays. I would like all of you to attend that, because now diamond membership has become into a 3-year certification. I announced this today in our leadership council call. So you'll get a Masters of Digital Coaching from me. Okay, it's not a certificate to go and get a job, but it's a certification that a certification process that will get you to that position of living the freedom business model within 3 years, making multiple lakhs and crores every single year in your business. So I'll be unveiling the new certification process and how it works and all of that stuff. And we have launched that officially today. In fact, from Jan 2023, the tracking has begun for all our existing diamond members. So if they score 30,000 points in 3 years, they have a 75% attendance, and if they've crossed over 1 crore in revenues and have given charity and stuff, and if they have over 1,000 Trustpilot reviews over the next 3 years, they will be officially getting a certification from Internet Lifestyle Hub as a community. Okay, so please attend the Diamond Showcase to know more about it. With that being said, it's 10:02 p.m. Thank you for your time. Cheers. God bless. Keep inspiring. The world needs you. So don't